Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Lucas Live. It is Friday, May 1st. Yes, it is May 1st already, ladies and gentlemen. Did you guys know that? And we are in Stark County, Ohio, and I'm in downtown Canton, and it's cold. What's going on? Can we get some spring already? Hasn't it been spring for a month or two or something? What is going on? I'm sick of it. All right, can we get warmed up fast, soon, quick, please? But we're excited to be here today. I have some great guests, and I say this every time. I have great guests, and I always joke, like one day I'm like, I have some terrible guests. It's horrible. I don't know why they came here today. I always have great guests. I'm excited. Today we have the executive director of the Canton Palace Theatre, ladies and gentlemen. Been here 100 years and we're pushing for 100 more. They are having a groundbreaking, wall-breaking, cityscape-breaking. I don't know, they're going to do some things today at 10 a.m. down on 6th Street, down behind the palace somewhere there, and kick off another phase of their new construction project, which is so exciting for the city. If you have not heard about it or do not know about it, if you're watching this live or by replay, stay right here. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to miss it. You're like, I never know what's going on because you don't watch shows like this and stay around long enough to hear about it. Okay, so stay right here, lean in and learn. And then we have my great friend, Lilly Price. She's a co-host with us. She's a business owner. She's done so many great things. Somebody I've known for most of my life now. I'm not going to age us or anything, but it's been a couple of years, you know what I mean? And she's got new things going on. She has her Childcare center. She has her Imagine Me ministry. She has so many wonderful things going on, and I'm so excited to have her on to share those things and share her insight. If you know Lilly, she is one of those people who you call when you're dealing with stuff, and she just has this calm insight, and it's just like calm and just like, this is what it is, and it's okay, and trust God and do this. And I think not just in a trust God like vague way, because some people are like, trust God, and it's like, yeah, but I'm really hungry, or yeah, but my bills aren't paid. Yeah, I'm struggling. It's like a trust God, but let's get a plan together and let's take some action to make change, to have change in our lives. So I'm excited to talk to her today. As you guys come in, hit those likes, say hello. Let's share this broadcast. I'm going to share it as well because we're live at Lucas Tyndale on Facebook, and I'm live at Lucas Live Media on YouTube, and we're on LinkedIn, and we're also on, I'm going to check. I'm going live to another special place today, but I got to check and make sure that's actually happening. So I'm going to make sure that's really a thing today. But first, I want to make sure you guys can find us if you watch us from our various pages. I'm going to log in there. I am there. I see myself, and then I'm going to say tune in and on Lucas Live Media. Boom, there it is. And share now. And it was that easy right there on Facebook to do that. You can also tag your family and friends. Wake them up. Say, wake up, wake up, wake up, and come join the show today on this Friday morning. There's a lot going on. There's also Chasing Hope House has their ribbon cutting today, and I think a little brunch or something at CCO3. Corking Canvas on 3rd Street. After that, they're opening a home for girls. They have 10 bedrooms. It is exciting, very exciting, something that's coming to the community to help people out who are in need. We also have SARTA and Issue 4 we've been talking a lot about, keeping people moving around our community. If you ask me, I say vote yes for Issue 4. I'll be voting yes for Issue 4 because while I am not currently a bus rider, I understand that people are in need. There's people who need rides to their cancer treatments and medical appointments and things that SARTA has their paratransit, which goes it goes from their home to their appointment and from their appointment to home. And those services are more needed than you know. And oftentimes, when it comes to a tax, and it is not a property tax, it is a sales tax, when it comes to something like that, we often question whether it affects us, right? If there's a levy and you're like, well, I don't have kids, so I pay for a levy for the school or for the parks or for the thing, and it's going to cost me. This is what community is all about, and we wouldn't have gotten here if others had not been willing to pay and pave the way. So it is our turn to pay and pave the way for others to be able to have accessibility around our city and so many other things. There's a lot of other great people out there running for important offices. You make your own choice and do what you feel is best, but let's get out there and vote Tuesday, May 5th. That's coming up this coming week. And it is your opportunity to have your voice heard right here locally in our community. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on our first guest. She is the executive director of the Canton Palace Theatre. I'm grateful to know her. And the funny thing is, because there's so many things in our city and so many things that to us are like larger than life, like the Palace Theatre to me from childhood is like larger than life. So it's like, who runs that? I don't know. The great and powerful Oz. I don't know. Somebody behind the curtain. I don't know who runs that thing. I don't know. I think they're backstage and they live back there. I don't know. But I met Georgia some years ago. Shout out to my guy, Mike Sturdivant, James Fye. And, they brought me in and we did the red carpet for the Canton prom, I think think from the first year they did it, when they brought it back a few years ago, and we've been doing it every year. And just sitting in here talking to Georgia this morning, it's like she's just such a light and such a down-to-earth person, and cares about this community and cares about what's going on. And she's not hidden behind the curtain. She's accessible. She's here. She cares. She's involved. She knows what's going on with our city. She hopes for the best, and she's working to raise funds and make sure that the Canton Palace Theatre and all that they have going on continues to go for 100 more years and continues to make an impact in this community. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, welcome to the show, Miss Georgia Paxos. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Good morning. I am a little cold, but
Are you a little chilly?
Yeah, tis Ohio weather.
Tis Ohio weather. We don't know what causes such
That's
things
correct.
Sometimes, but Ohio weather can be tricky.
Yeah, to say the least.
And you have something outside today. So.
I do. So it's always fun. I'm, a little anxious
You
about
chose May
that.
1st thinking.
We chose May 1st thinking, oh, it'll be fine by then. It'll be great. I've been in Ohio about almost 23 years. And everybody has always said, hey, don't, you can go through as many seasons all in the same day sometimes. So you never know.
Very true.
But we're super excited about today and just kind of kicking off phase 2 of our Palace 100 project. And phase 2 is the build out of our stage. So we're going to be adding 28 feet to the existing stage, adding in a permanent loading dock area, adding in another lobby along 6th Street. So just making all of those facility improvements that they didn't have to think about 100 years ago when the palace was built. But we know we want to do more for our community. We want to be more and provide more and bring in the shows that we're all traveling for, and hopefully have those right in your backyard, 10 minutes from home, and do that for Canton and Stark County.
I love that. When you think about our ability to bring in shows, and you've been there, how long have you been to the Palace Theatre?
It'll be 19 years in July.
19 years, ladies and gentlemen. She's not new to the Palace Theatre.
Definitely not.
So just in case you thought, when did she show up? I thought there was Oz was back there behind the curtain. She's been there for 19 years. And as you think about acts that could come, and I'm not saying you have to name an act, but when you think about it, and you've been in this business, so you guys have probably, looked at who you could bring in and different things.
Yeah.
What were the limitations? Like, what were you hearing? Because for us, we don't know. It looks like enough stage. We don't know what it takes. We're like, you got like 6 people. I don't know how many people are in the group. Jackson 5. There's only 5 of them. Put them right there. They'll be okay. What are they looking for?
Some of the artist amenities that they're looking for that we just don't have the ability to do now, but we will when this project is done. We have our dressing rooms are 100 years old, space-wise. You guys haven't touched it. They've had some work done. In 2018 and 2019, we redid the drywall and put in new mirrors. And those are all great improvements, but artists are looking for a private bathroom and a private shower in their dressing room. They're looking for space for the entire band to sit and eat a pre-show meal together. The promoter is looking for a space to set themselves up for the day. Right now they come into our office, which is already a little tight. So giving them their own space. They're on tour, and so they're coming off a tour bus, and they want to be able to do their laundry. And we have a very small washer and dryer, so giving them additional space for that. It's all of those artist amenities that you don't see from, the stage, or you don't see from the audience. But that's what they're looking for. They're looking for, some comfort, recreate their living room, which we can't do right now.
But you will.
But we will. We'll have some. Some star dressing rooms that'll have larger space. But also, right now, when they're loading in their equipment, it's a garage door that you'll see on 6th Street. It's not weather protected, and like we said, we live in Ohio, and so. Sometimes it's raining all over their, hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment, and they're coming down a ramp. There's no, mechanical, there's no elevator.
Just flying down a ramp.
Right. And so that starts the day off, not on the best foot for our tech staff. But once they come out on stage and they see
how beautiful
the theater, they're like, where are we? And how old is this building? And so they appreciate that part of it, but that only goes so far. So we're really trying to fix those type of things. We also right now don't have a ton of wing space. So that's the space that you don't see on the side of the stage. That's where all the set pieces go. So think about like your Sesame Street Live and your like Disney Live performances that have all of those different set pieces that are coming in and out of the stage. There's no room for
For any of
that
that.
right now.
Big Bird can't fit right now.
That
It
is
can't.
correct.
We were trying to get Big Bird
That is
dressed
correct.
and on and
But
off the stage and
when the
not run over
project
Elmo.
when the project is done, we'll have that additional wing space, but we'll also have that additional space behind the stage for all of those larger set pieces that'll be able to come off and on the stage. So we're really setting ourselves up for larger productions, larger concerts, larger family shows, some smaller Broadway productions, some off-Broadway productions. It's really going to diversify the offerings that we've already been able to offer our community and just kick it up a notch.
That is absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Sesame Street Live will be. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'll be down there, Disney Live. I'll be, taking groups of families and children. That is very exciting because we do travel Cleveland and other places to see these things, and we spend a lot of money in those communities, and that revenue goes there, and that's okay. But that revenue could be staying here from our community and coming here from other communities. So when you think about the economic impact, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys
Right now, our impact is just shy of $2 million. When this project is done, and we're not making up these numbers, there's some economic calculators out there that we use with the amount of events and the frequency of events and the amount of travel that's going to be happening to get to our shows. We're looking at about a $9.7 million economic impact just from the Palace. And that is people coming into town and they're buying a show to the ticket, or they're buying a ticket to the show. They're going and eating, they're going shopping in downtown. We have such an amazingly built up downtown that you only have to park once in an extremely walkable downtown. So you park once, you go to dinner, you come to the show, and you're doing all of that so conveniently. And that's something that's very unique for our area. We hear it from promoters all of the time that your downtown is great. The attendees love being able to do all of this stuff before the show or after the show. We just wish that your building had those amenities, and they appreciate the historic nature of it, but they still need some of those modern amenities. And accessibility is not modern, but in a 100-year-old building, it is definitely something they didn't have to think about when they constructed the Palace 100 years ago, but we definitely do. 30% of Stark County has some type of mobility issue. And so adding an elevator to make the balcony accessible, adding elevators to make the stage and the dressing rooms accessible. Those are kind of our big parts of the project. That's such a big focus. Adding a sensory friendly room to make that an enjoyable experience for families. We already do sensory cinema. We've been doing it every summer since 2017. And so being able to provide a space for families during an actual performance, that's really high up on that list as well.
That's absolutely amazing and wonderful. And I think we often, again, I was talking about issue 4 and, the bus and transportation. Also, accessibility is an issue that until you need it, you may not think about it.
Oh, absolutely. I had foot surgery in December of 2023, and I was on a scooter for a lot longer than I probably should have been. That healing process took a little bit longer than I thought. But in order to get to the restroom, I had to leave the office, go outside of the building to the front doors and in, and then do the reverse to get back to my desk. And so sometimes it doesn't hit home. But then also right now we have 4 wheelchair spots. And when those sell out, there's no other place in the building to put somebody.
You're saying 4 like
in the entire building.
Theater.
Yes.
You're not talking about parking outside. You're talking about 4 spots
4
inside
spots
the building.
In the building for wheelchairs. And when those sell out, like I said, there's no place else to put somebody.
What will that change?
We'll have 16.
That's all. It's funny. I think about this with accessibility, and I think some people look at a handicap sticker like, oh, I got one. It's not like a lottery thing. Like you're supposed to need it or not need it, right? My cousin has a handicap sticker. We're riding with them. But I always think about like Target has like 4,000 parking spaces. I'm like, man, they're not playing around, right?
Yeah.
And then you go some places, you're like, well, there's only this one and this one.
Right.
And then you go places like, even like the movie theaters. I think a lot of us don't even notice they do exist, or at the Hall of Fame, at the stadium here. There is seating that people don't often see throughout the stadium for places, in the upper deck and stuff where people can sit. And so again, it's one of those things where if you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't need it, you probably don't think about it. But there are now also just ADA regulations that say, if you're going to do an update, we can't forget about these
Yes.
people
Yes.
because
And
there's more than you know.
we were grandfathered into a lot of those ADA requirements, but it's more of we are a community asset. And so making sure everybody in our community has the ability to come in and enjoy some type of programming that we're offering is really what, we're there for. That's why the palace was built. That's why the funds were given back in 1926 to build the palace to use as the community saw fit.
And who did that? There's a story behind that, right?
Yeah, his name is Harry Harper Inc., and he made and manufactured tonsilline throat medication, and it was marketed in a giraffe bottle because if you could cure a giraffe sore throat, you could cure anybody's sore throat. He was a marketing genius ahead of his time.
Was he from here?
He was from here, not originally from Canton, but settled in Canton and developed tonsilline throat medication. It was 5% alcohol, so I think the kids took a really great nap. And it kind of smelled like Triminic. So it was not the best, but he made a lot of money selling tonsilline. And then he also had a very large apple orchard that also provided additional funds. And so in 1925, he approached John Eberson, which was a theater architect, and his theater style was atmospheric theaters, which is what we are. So stars in the sky, the clouds, dome ceiling. And he gave John Eberson $1 million in 1925 to start construction.
Which was a few more dollars than it is today.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wait, what year did you say it was?
$1 million in 1926.
1920 gas in 1926 was probably not $5 a gallon. I'm just gonna guess that.
I know.
Anything.
But unfortunately, Mr. Inc. Died before the theater opened.
Wow.
And so they went to the family and asked, "What is it that you? What type of recognition are we giving to Mr. Inc.?" And they didn't want any because he wanted this building constructed so that the community could use it how they saw fit. And so that thought and that inspiration has really been the guiding force behind what I do and the staff and the board do at the Palace to make sure that we have different kinds of opportunities for every part of our community to come in and see a show at the Palace. We had talked about Saturday at Canton Prom about core memories.
Yes, I love that you talk about that.
So we want as many core memories happening inside the Palace as we possibly can, because you're never going to forget the first movie you saw in a movie theater. And if that happens to be at the Palace, then check that off the list. That's such an important part. And the Palace is a nonprofit organization, so we depend on grants and we depend on donations and we depend on memberships and ticket sales. And that's how we're able to support the organization and support the building.
What's a membership?
Memberships start at $35, and there's different levels of benefit based on the price level. But at $35, you can sit in the balcony for a movie. You get advance notice of ticket sales. So we always do a member pre-sale probably the day before tickets go on sale to the general public. So a little membership has its benefits.
I like that.
Yeah. And then at a certain level, you can have private access to the balcony. So it's just a different way to get the community involved in the Palace. We do member-only events throughout the year, but those dollars go back to operations, and we're a staff of 3 full-time staff people. We have a couple of part-timers. We have an amazingly dedicated volunteer group. There's about 150 volunteers that donate almost 5,000 hours of their time each year to the Palace. They're in the concession stand. They're making the popcorn.
Why?
They love this building. They have such a strong emotional connection to the building. Maybe they have core memories that happened.
Yes.
You know, the longest running movie to play at the Palace was The Sound of Music. It played for 42 weeks, 7 days a week. Can you imagine?
When was this?
Can you imagine when it first came out in the 60s?
Every day?
Every day for 7 days for 42 weeks, which would never happen today.
Right. It's almost the entire year.
Almost the entire year.
2 weeks
Right.
a year, ladies and gentlemen.
So a lot of people, when I, talk with them and introduce myself, they're like, "Oh, I saw The Sound of Music at the Palace." So there's just a strong emotional connection to the Palace. It was one of 7 theaters in our downtown area. We're the only one that's left.
One of 7 in downtown?
Yeah.
We got to get our downtown back to life. We don't know anything about things like this. Like my parents always talk about all the shopping and all the things. We were talking about that this morning. And I'm grateful for everybody who's investing in downtown now because it's tough because you have to invest before, like if you build it, they will come, let's say. And I don't know that that's always true. You have to do a little more than just build it and hope they come. But it takes a connected effort, and
Mhm.
it takes people investing and making it through years when the people aren't here yet.
Absolutely.
So they have to be able to be viable. We do a lot of work with Two Scoops Ice
Yeah.
Cream here on the corner, and
Yeah.
the Beauty Spot, which is on Dave. And he's just such a great guy. He cares about the community. He has a lot of other things going on, other businesses, other places. He's not originally from Canton, but he's here, and he's just like, I just believe that this is a place that can be viable. And we help him with marketing and things. And he's just like, help us stay here because we want to be here for this community. Maybe it's not the most profitable thing today, but I believe we can get there if we just hunker down and build this community.
Absolutely.
Right?
And downtown has come a long ways. And I know there's a lot of history there. And I love hearing where the stores were and what are they now and what building are they in.
Right.
But in my 19 years that I've been at the Palace, downtown has, like I said, has come a long way. And
Yeah.
there are events happening all the time. There is something happening somewhere in downtown every single day.
Mhm.
And that's great. And sometimes there's multiple things happening on the same day.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because that just shows that the community is coming down and supporting. And we're no different than any other city. We don't sit back and wait. Like we just do stuff. And so the more we do and the more different things we all do, then more people are going to come and visit. 40% of our attendees at the Palace are not from Stark County. So we are
That's
a
huge.
regional pull, and they love, like I said, they love how walkable downtown is, and parking is affordable, and
Yeah.
there is parking available everywhere. Sometimes I say, we don't have a parking problem. We maybe have a slight walking problem.
Interesting.
Because we go to Cleveland
Come on.
and
You're making me now you're talking to me. Be
we
careful, you're
will-
stepping on toes,
no,
but you're not wrong.
listen, I maybe don't like to walk
All the
either,
time.
but
Compared to everywhere else we
yes,
go.
we go to Cleveland and we'll walk
Blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks
to
and blocks.
get
And
to
pay
the Browns game.
$40 and $50 and walk blocks and
Absolutely.
blocks and blocks.
We should be able to do that in our own backyard as well.
And when people come from out of town, they're like, "Oh, that was great!
Yeah,
$12
absolutely.
to park, $10, $5, whatever
Absolutely.
it was." To
And
park, and
I'm 2 blocks from a restaurant, and I'm 2
everything.
blocks from the Palace, or I'm right across the street. Like this is so convenient. But you typically take for granted what's readily available to you
Yeah.
in your backyard, and that's no different no matter where you go. But I'm just really excited for the future of the Palace and the Palace 100 project, and I'm humbled by the community support that we have already received. We've raised about $9.7 million locally.
Amazing.
And we still have a ways to go to get to 19.
19. We're going for 19.
But we're
Ladies and
going for
gentlemen, right
19.
now we're going to raise 19. Okay. We'll do a fun.
That
we'll
would
do
be
a
amazing.
outside. That would be good.
But the community support has just, like I said, has been humbling and motivating because of what the Palace means to people, what it means to the community, and the impact that we know we have, and the impact that the larger impact we're going to have moving forward.
I love it. When you think about your career at the Palace, special moments, any special moments that come to mind? 19 years. What is it that sticks out to you about the Palace the most?
Just the variety of things that we do. And sometimes we're, going out on a limb and trying something really different. This week was Princess Kate and Prince William. It's their 15th wedding anniversary. We hosted a live viewing of the wedding.
When was this?
15 years ago.
Oh,
We broadcasted
I did
live
not know that.
at 6 a.m. Doors opened at
love
5:30.
stuff like that.
We had a traditional English breakfast that Kathy Wyatt at Carpe Diem helped put together. And we didn't know what to expect. Was somebody really going to come at 5:30? We had 500 people.
Wow.
And it was awesome. Concerts are my favorite. Just I pop into the back of the main floor and everybody's standing and their phones are out. And it's like, this is why I do what I do. But it's not
Right.
just me. I have an amazing team. And I said, we're a lean
Yeah,
team
you're very
and we
lean.
do a lot together. But everybody's driving force is we do this for Canton. We do this for the community. We do this to better our community. And when we started Sensory Cinema, I got an email from a family that was able to come see a movie with their entire family. And that was so important to me because you take it for granted if you don't have that happening in your world.
Yeah.
And so being able to provide that to families, and it's a community outreach event, and we do it each year, and we're still going to do it this year, even though right now the Palace is closed till mid-September. Our Summer Kids movie series and our sensory movie series is moving to the Cultural Center Theater for this summer. Centennial Plaza movies have been really great, and
Right outside our window. We're
right outside your window.
right
And that
outside
really came out of COVID. It was, a lot of everybody wanted to be outside.
Yeah.
So that summer of 2020, we started a drive-in theater in Canton in the Rankard Building parking lot. Centennial Plaza wasn't done yet. And then
missed that.
once it was done, it was, you know what? We should do this out here.
Me and Lily
And
are looking at each other like, where were we? This is why I'm so excited.
those were some, just different times for everybody.
We were just figuring it out. Right?
Yes,
We were all locked in.
absolutely.
We're like, I don't know if I'm allowed to go outside. I'm looking forward to the things that the Palace Theater is going to bring to this community. For everybody out there who's watching, it's important for us to support these things because it's wonderful. I mean, it's not only wonderful, it's important that people from other communities come into our community. That is a
Absolutely.
great
Yes,
thing.
yes.
And for us and our children and the legacy and generations, we have to continue to support these things because it is easy to not appreciate the place that you're from or the place that you're in. It's like there's never enough to do. There's never.
Absolutely.
And who knew that some of the things that went on in the past? Who knew that some of the things are going on now? The things you guys do through the fall and through Halloween, through Christmas, through the holidays,
I mean,
is historic.
Rocky Horror Picture Show is our largest movie event that we do every year on Halloween. It is an experience like no other. And it's tradition. And, Nutcracker at the Palace is tradition. And our holiday movie series is tradition. And so making sure, even through construction, we made sure that we're always going to be open to do those events because we know how much they mean to our community. And so we know, it's going to be challenging.
And people would be understanding. They wouldn't like it, but they'd quickly forget that last year wasn't here. And this year we're going into the new building and they'll forget. And they'll just say, oh yeah, there was that one weird year. But the fact that you guys are committed to continue to serve the community and be here for it means a lot.
Absolutely.
I love it so much. Georgia, what's one last thing you want people to know about the Palace and how they can support?
Visit cantonpalacetheater.org. That is our organization website. If you're interested to learn more about the project, it's cantonpalace100.com. We made a concerted effort to put as much information as we possibly can on the project website. It is a significant amount of money that we are looking to raise, and we want everybody to feel comfortable with where they've donated their dollars. We did an independent market study in the summer of 2023 about the project to make sure somebody else could, back up all the things that we thought we knew about this project. And that final report is there. And they pretty much said, you may have thought this was just kind of a want, but this is now a need. In order for the Palace to stay relevant in the Northeast Ohio venue market, you have to do these improvements. And so that is there. Our financial projections through fiscal year 30 are there. So we've done a lot of work to make it as informative as possible. So please visit if you're inclined to donate. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we're just looking forward to celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Palace this coming November, and then unveiling a brand new expanded facility, hopefully in early 28.
Love it. Georgia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. And I will see you down there at the groundbreaking, wall breaking, whatever we're breaking breaking through today.
Based on what I'm hearing, maybe bring an umbrella.
You hear a little bit of rain trickling down.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's okay. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
We'll see you there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Georgia Paxos of the Canton Palace Theater. Thank you guys so much. She's going to head out here. Lily's going to swap seats with her here. It's been so much fun. You're good to roll, and we are moving and grooving. She's got to head out. She's got to get back down. She's right down the street from us now, right down court, and getting ready to set up for the breakthrough that's about to happen. I don't know if we're really going to break any walls today. I mean, if they need somebody to, I'm willing. I have this hawk-like strength, so if they need somebody just to bam some walls down, I might be the guy for it. We'll see what happens, but I'm very excited about it, excited to check it out, excited to be a part of the community. 10 a.m. We're going to be down there checking it out. We'll make sure we share some videos and some information for people who can't make it. But this is an important part of our community, ladies and gentlemen. So let's support it. We are about to welcome to the show a great friend of mine, Miss Lilly Price. I knew her as Lily Davenport once, and then she found her a man. She found her a good man. Wait, she talk about her man. She loved her man, boy. She got a story to tell, and it's a beautiful thing because as you go through life, sometimes I think as people get into their 30s and heading to our 40s, where we're at now, I think a lot of people start to wonder, like, will I ever find it? Will it ever happen? And she really trusted God, and she got a great husband and love him and her family, and I love them. I'm saying I love them, or him and her family, and I think she loves him too. And they're building a beautiful thing in business and in other areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, my great friend and yours, Miss Lilly Price. How are you today?
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. You better pull that mic closer and stop
Okay,
playing
I'm
around.
sorry,
I don't know who you think
Would
you
you
are.
say
Let me make
don't
sure I
act
get
like you
you.
don't know the rules?
Don't act like you don't know the
Well,
rules.
where's
You're
my
like a
Mariah Carey
co-host.
light?
You're
Because
Mariah Carey.
she has her own lighting.
I never heard of such a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Nobody told me. Nobody told me. I didn't know. I gotta get.
She has her own lighting when she goes and
Does
does
she?
interviews.
Well, I'll make sure next time I get you your own light. Don't worry about it. I got you. We do have that. Probably is the Lilly mic though.
Is it?
You remember I spent $400 on a new
You didn't
mic.
retire it and put it up on the wall?
Well, I was going to. I was trying, but the way the budget was set up, I was like, I can't be hanging mics on the wall. So it's here. It's here.
I will say I love the new place.
Thank you.
It looks wonderful. It's so like, you know how I am about vintage.
I don't know that I knew that. Tell me about it. You said it this morning.
I love vintage, like everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love vintage so much that my house is vintage.
I love that. I love that. She's a vintage house.
It's a vintage house.
Yes.
I remember we went in there and I was like, this is wonderful. And my husband was like, huh?
He's
I was
like,
like,
"Wait a
this is
minute.
wonderful.
This is
We can
it."
do so many things. He was like,
So
okay.
we got a lot to do.
And yeah, we have a lot to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love vintage stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saying that, and we've really enjoyed it. Shout out to Stark County Minority
It's so
Business
New York.
Association. Everybody who comes
Yeah.
here says it's so New York. We're going to call it our New York studio or something because people say it, and I mean, I really enjoy being here. I mean, obviously, I work here. I'm here every day.
Yeah.
And then being able to start the show in season 6 of Lucas Live has been so much fun. And the people, I told you, the number of people who come here in a week is insane.
Listen, you see me with my suit. I was like, I got to get Greater Bethel Apostolic on there. Because, you just had Terrence and Brian.
So you said, well, I'll show up.
You got Georgia from the Palace. I'm like, we are dressing.
Ready.
I said, we are Greater Bethel up in here.
Greater Bethel Apostolic. Shout out to Greater Bethel. You grew up there. Talk to us about that.
Listen, you know what? I was just thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
So your wife,
Yep.
Terrence, myself,
My
husband.
That is amazing.
Your dad, right?
My dad, yeah.
My dad.
My dad, he did grow up in Greater Bethel.
My cousin Carlos is currently the pastor.
That's your cousin.
Yes.
I love. Is he Elder Morris? Is he bishop now? I don't know, but whatever it is,
he's everything.
You know what's funny though,
right?
And the crazy thing is, he is such a normal person.
That's why I love him.
Yes,
I'm getting chills right now. Like when he wasn't, and he was just. I just remember when he was on fire for God, and I was
when he used to be on fire for God.
Like, well, he still is.
Okay, that's what
but
you said. Like it was fast. I remember when he used to be on fire for God. Now you got to deal with these people.
Like,
yes,
the pastor,
right?
It was just like me watching him grow. Okay. I was a kid watching him grow into where he is now.
Today. Yeah.
But I grew up in that church. My family has attended the church since the beginning of the church.
Interesting.
And so, but when I think about when I was mentioning your wife and Terrence and my husband, and then there's some other folks who started the. Oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? That has
Steve Beatty.
Steve,
yeah,
right? Okay, how did I forget that? And then the soda energy drink.
Channing?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And I thought, look at all the entrepreneurs, like the greatness that really came out of that. And I'm telling you, like, I was on the highway thinking about that. And I was like, there's just so many different, like, entrepreneurs and leaders and strong personalities that came out of there. And I just think that that's meaningful.
I love it. We were there. Miss Hall, who my wife's mother, who raised her, who adopted her, passed away this year. And but we went there for the funeral service. And I don't like funerals. Like, I'm not going to my own funeral. I'm gonna tell you that. I ain't gonna be there. Okay. But I don't go to funerals. I would rather not, and love people while they're here. I don't like them. Right. I'm not saying that there's somebody who's like, sign me up, buying movie tickets or nothing. I don't know people who are like, is it another funeral tomorrow? Because I'm about to go. I can't wait. I just be at all the funerals. I'm not saying there's anybody like that, but I even don't want to go to my people because it's obviously it's a tough time. Right.
Yeah.
But we went to the funeral and it was so. It's an odd thing to say. It was the best funeral I ever went to. Like he invited former choir members up to sing. A lot of their family were in the choir before. And they did a beautiful job. Shout out to my sister Sharita. You know, she just lost her mom, my wife's sister, and you know, she was singing and Taylor was on the drums, my brother Taylor. And the fact that he would let that happen, and I said that to him because oftentimes we treat the church as such holy ground. If you haven't been here every week, you ain't coming up in this choir stand, you ain't doing this. It's like, if this is God's house and these people are here to celebrate the life of their mother and grandmother and aunt and whatever it is, I just thought it was a beautiful thing.
Yes.
I just thought that's a part of Elder
Morris. The church is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. How did now we're going to talk business as well. And shout out to Terrence, made a comment to Georgia. Terrence, we saw you. Thank you so much. I put that comment on the screen. Aunt Gloria, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Always most loyal person in the comments. Shahidra said, dress holy and ready.
Yeah.
Come on, Jesus. Come on now.
That's
yes.
what I'm talking about.
Let's go. Let's go. She's dressed ready. I said, I'm glad I don't have on a hoodie. I have to let people in. So I go down the stairs to let people in. And I just see this green suit. I said, man, I had to button up.
I had to get Lily's pad on you today.
Oh, Lily's pad.
This is Lily's pad professional right here.
Let's talk Lily's pad. How long you started a child care center some years ago, and talk to us about it. Talk to us about the why, and talk to us about how it's going.
Why?
Why did you do it, Lily?
I have no idea.
There's other things to do, Lily.
There's a lot of other things that I could have been doing.
Because people don't play about their kids.
No, they don't.
Something go wrong, even things that go wrong at home.
Don't remind them.
Their head be swollen coming from home.
I posted this on the Lily's Pad page, so don't remind them.
Well, what did you post?
I got parents watching right now.
Oh, right. That's okay.
No, I mean, I've been honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I had the idea of opening up a child care center for years.
Yeah.
And there were folks that presented it to me for years. And I didn't feel safe in those situations. And so I decided that's probably not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Then I met my husband.
What year was that?
2020.
How long you been with that good man? Okay, 2020.
Man, changed my life.
Amazing.
Isn't that something?
Most women say, now I'm not saying this is true or not true. I'm not saying someone needs a man or doesn't need a man, but there's a lot of people who are like,
we needed each other. Like, we needed each other though.
Good relationships. Okay, I think that's good. People are like, they're so anti or so what they don't need. And maybe you don't need it. You be okay, yes. But how did he change your life?
But you know, I can go on and on about women needing a man. Okay, because
talk about it. What?
I feel like women right now in the space that we're in, you know, especially Black women, like we are the leaders, leading entrepreneurs right now. We're educated, we're strong, Black, white, whatever. Women are strong, right?
I agree.
So we are in a time where women are just like, I don't need. But why are we saying that? Like, what's wrong? Like, that's like saying you don't need drawers. Like, what you talking about? Sometimes you do need to wear drawers. Now, every once in a while, you don't want to show the panty line.
Okay, ladies. I don't know. Because I wear drawers every day, but I don't have those problems. I don't wear panty lines. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with having the asset.
Yeah.
Of a man that loves you and cares for you. Now, going out and just being with any man and just settling for a man to say that you have a man, that's different. That you don't need.
Right.
But I don't know. When I think about the experience that I've had with my husband, that's what I was saying. Like, we needed each other. So being with him, it just completely changed my life. It just changed the way that my worldview. So like what he saw in me, I didn't see in myself.
Wow.
So when you say, okay, so why did you start this child care center? Did you just praise him?
Oh gosh, let me tell y'all what I just did.
Did you just praise him?
I got the water. Listen, I got these motion sensor lights. I got studio lights too.
I said that and you were like,
Call me out. Other people have
pre-
seen me do
we should
that.
have pre-recorded this and then you did the edits because you know how
I
this
try
is.
not to put my head into her camera too, so I have to like every now and then I gotta like do this like hip hop hooray
I mean,
thing.
we were like, wow, was it what I said
That
deep?
good? I was like, Lord,
Like,
the Lord is
whoa.
good, and the
Holy
lights is about to go off.
Holy
and the
Spirit
Spirit
hit him.
Hit me. She couldn't let it go. She's like,
well, what
okay.
I was
Continuing
saying
the story. Yes, after my little worship
oh my
session.
gosh, where was I at?
Your husband, having a husband and such.
Yeah, so when you say why did I start it? I
Mhm.
mean, the story is long.
Mm-hmm.
It could actually be a book, but I guess to like just sum it up, God allowed me to experience 17 years of working with families.
Mm-hmm.
Whether those are whether it was through mental health, addiction, and developmental disabilities.
Mhm.
So I have 17 years of experience working with families and children in that aspect.
Prior to. Right.
Whether it be meeting them in the home, whether it be meeting them in court, whether it be meeting them
You were a
wherever.
social worker? What was your role? It was
So I was a case manager. I was a wraparound service coordinator. I was a SSA on the DD side. And then I ended up working for the board, Stark Mental Health Addiction Recovery Services Board. So I ended up working there, and I was a coordinator, and I was over the suicide contagion for about, what was it? That was in 2018.
Where we had,
where there were a lot in Stark County. We had to bring in experts because we had so many kids that were completing suicide.
Yeah.
And so it was a scary time for our community, and I had no idea what I was doing then. I had just gotten hired.
You were in
your
20s, 30s?
No, I was in my 30s. We don't have to talk about how old I am if you don't want to.
You look young. It's okay.
I am young. Look at me. I'm young.
So you're glowing. Look at this. This
glowing.
Is the Lilly Care.
That's the light. That's the light.
It's the lighting. It's not,
but yeah, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing because I had just started that job.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my dream to actually work at the board.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was my limitation at that time.
That was your ceiling. That's where you wanted to go.
Yes, like I had worked at these other like agencies, and I was like, I really want to get to the board.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of my old bosses was a director there, and she reached out to me.
Mm.
And I ended up getting a job there, and I loved it. And then all of a sudden, I met my husband, and I didn't love it no more. And I remember
what did he do?
He started to really tell me who I was. Like, why are you working for someone else when you can be working for yourself?
Interesting.
And he saw all of these skills
Mm-hmm.
in me. Mm-hmm. He saw everything that God saw in me.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that I guess I can put it in perspective.
Yeah.
And I saw him. Like, I saw what he was capable of doing.
Yeah.
And I will say, and I tell everybody, there would be no Lily's Pad without my husband. Mm. I play around, call him the maintenance man.
Keeps things tidy.
He keeps things in order.
Keep things in order behind the scenes.
He keeps me in order.
Yeah.
Everything that happens there, he hears about it. We talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions that are made.
Right.
It's a us. My name is on the building.
Yeah.
Because he's just that type of person.
He's that kind of guy.
He's so laid back and confident in who he is that he doesn't have.
Ladies out there are wondering, where do they find one of these guys?
On 12th Street, because that's where I saw.
12th Street, ladies and gentlemen. Just ride down 12th Street. You're like, where's the brothers at? Where the men at? Where the ladies? Where the men?
No, I was single. I was out here. I was newly single. And I've shared that story before. Like, I was in a tough situation, and I was newly single, and I really was not.
Are we going to dig deeper, ladies, in tough situations?
You can ask whatever you want to ask today.
Okay, all right, let's go, Lily. You playing. Okay, don't play around. All right, so Lily, you were in a tough situation, and you don't have to say specific, but like, you are lovely, well put together. People are seeing you, business owner, family, kids, everything looks good. When you say, some people often think when they see people like you, they think they haven't been through many tough situations because your ability to overcome means they could overcome. And oftentimes that indictment on their own choice is hard to bear. So people are just like, they don't know what I've been through. I just can't get on my feet because A, B, and C. You've been through some tough situations. What do you mean? Like relationally, family, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 kids with someone else, and that did not work. And even when we were together, it was not safe. It was just not a safe space. And I think a lot of times when we have kids with someone, we want to make it work and we settle.
Yeah.
And I think we both settled in a way, like it was convenient for both of us. Yeah. But what we think we're doing for our children is beneficial. It's actually not. And so you could actually be putting your children in a worse situation.
Nobody ever says that.
No, nobody does, because I think
don't mind me over here.
Society feels like it's the right thing to do, maybe. I don't know. And I don't even know if it's society or if it's
Let's
women.
Talk about it.
Maybe it's women. Like I grew up with both of my parents.
Y'all talk to us in the comments now. Now, Lily, Zanita said, don't send these girls out here to 12th Street, out here looking for a man.
Hey, Zanita, I was driving and he was looking good on 12th Street.
He was just out there.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Was he at the gas station?
No, he was standing there next to his motorcycle, and I was like, ooh.
Hey, man, listen, pause. I see your man on his motorcycle one day. I was rolling down the street, and it was this dude with music playing, had his hat on. It was a blue baseball cap.
Look.
He was rolling. He was on the bike. I'm like, that dude ain't from around here. I mean, he was downtown, I think. I was like, I don't know who that is. That brother look cool, man. The man paused, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't like but I was like, man, that's cool. And I rode up, I'm like, that's Aaron. So I rode up next to him, like, what's up? He like, what's up? But he wasn't showing off at all. It wasn't about show. He was just enjoying his ride.
He's just so cool.
Right? He's the coolest guy.
He's the coolest person. Yeah. And I mean that in every aspect. Yeah. Like, he's just laid back. He's not flashy. I told you the story about the car. Like he had a little bit of a beater, but he had the motorcycle. It wasn't a little bit of a beater.
It had a kickstand, you said.
That truck had a kickstand. That's the only thing that was keeping it up.
Pulled up, had to put a chain on it.
Right. And I was like, Lord, I'm gonna take a chance. But when I took a chance, he had nicer vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was the one that he was riding around in. Right. He's just very confident like that. Like he's just that way.
Yes. Tara says, good morning, Lily.
She's
solid. Yeah, genuine. Yes. We were just talking about you, Terrence. I know you're busy. I didn't know if you was able to hear us. We were talking about the Greater Bethel Apostolic GBAC days. And she was talking about all the great people who've come out of there. And you were one of those wonderful people, Terrence. We appreciate it. So so you went through tough things and you've persevered. You've started a business. I love that you talk about your relationship. Now, let me say this. Let's talk about this. You have a ministry, Imagine Me ministry. And sometimes let's talk about the religious impact on relationships, religion and relationships in this segment of Lucas Live. Lean in, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us your thoughts. So a lot of times people marry because of relationship, because of religion. Yeah. Like, it's better to marry than to burn. And they be burnt up angry in their relationship every day. But they do it because that's what they're supposed to do. Or when I was very young, I was married at 20. I was engaged at 19. I was married at 20 because I was so heavy in the church. I'm with this girl, she has a daughter. I loved her daughter. And then we sleeping together, and then we going to church on Sunday, and I'm like, nah, this ain't right, And she like, nah, this ain't right. And we like, boom. And then you get married. We weren't ready to be married. I wasn't ready to be married at 20, but I did it because I believed that was the biblical worldview, biblical truth, the right thing to do. And after being in it, I felt like God was like, Lucas, I didn't say, I said what I said, but I didn't say that for you in that situation. If you had issues with sex or something, figure that out or something. But that wasn't the right idea. So you were talking about people staying in relationships for reasons. Talk to us about that. How do you balance your biblical worldview with making relationship decisions?
Yeah.
We all want the perfect answer too.
People
are leaning in and listening. Let me give you your camera.
So boom. So I grew up with both of my parents in the home, and that's all that I knew. And I can't say that's all I know now, obviously. Yes. But that's all that I knew. So when I had my oldest son, I was celibate. And I wasn't with my kid's dad at that time, but I was celibate, and I was like, I'm really focused on just being a good mom, because I was out here before that.
She was in these.
We ain't gonna talk about that. But your girl was out here.
Out here having
we
a
all
good
had
time.
Little time.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
Lily.
yeah.
Okay, maybe we did. That was just you.
We
That
all
was
had little
just
time.
you. Okay.
But then we ended up trying to work things out, and I had my younger son, and in that time, there was just a lot of things that happened. But what kept me, I appreciate you talking about the religious aspect, because growing up in the church, I always felt guilty because we weren't married.
Yeah.
And in my head, it was like I was trapped. DMX says this in a song, and it's one of my favorite.
One of his first church songs, but he did a lot of
Lord,
prayer
give
songs.
me a sign, and it's one of my favorite lyrics in any song. We're trapped in our own mind, waiting on the Lord. And so for me, I was trapped in my own mind, waiting for God to fix something that He really didn't intend for me to have.
Wow.
And so I kept saying, like, well, I'm just going to, like, we have kids. This has to work. I have to be with this person. And I'll tell you what, I was dedicated, but he was dating while I was dedicated. I mean, he was out here, and he had, like, he was dating. That's the nicest way I can put it. He was dating while I was waiting.
You were
while I
in a
was
monogamous
waiting to be a
relationship.
wife. Yeah. And so I got pregnant with my daughter. And I remember walking at the monument one time. It was after I had her, and it was during COVID. And I'll never forget it, because the monument was my safe space. Yeah. And we were separated at that time, working on stuff. But I remember thinking, I don't want him.
That's a tough realization. Y'all hit those hearts in the comments if you ever
I just said, like, I don't want him. And I don't want my daughter to see this.
Wow.
But I still didn't know how to
exit.
I didn't know how to do it.
Like, yeah.
So God did it. Wow. It was like, that was it. And
I mean, he's still alive, right? You know, like God did it. God just took him.
He's still alive. He's very well.
Oh, okay. I thought he took him home or something.
During that time, I look back, and I just really encourage women to really look at their circumstance. I never encourage people to leave relationships, but what I do encourage people to do is put God first. And once you start putting God first and putting your value, because the awesome thing about God is this: as we put Him first, it's almost like He's putting us first. Like, it starts working for us.
Yes.
And so we think we're going to lose something by putting God first, but we're actually gaining things.
Yes.
And so what you'll see is, like, this person isn't treating me right. This job isn't the place. Yeah. This city makes me feel trapped. Like, it doesn't always have to be necessarily relationship. But however, in my circumstance, that's what it was. Yeah. And I look back, and I was really trying to force something. But when I let go, I met my husband. I left my job. I was Beyonce on Cuff It. She was like, I didn't fell in love. I didn't quit my job.
I was married now. I'm out here.
Right.
My man gonna take care of it.
I did, and it's just been a blessing. And to know what it's like to really be loved is different.
Wow.
It's a different feeling. And I still have to get used to it.
Let's talk about that real quick. And we want to talk about business and stuff here in a minute. I hope you got a few extra minutes. We might go a few minutes past that.
I got time today.
She got time today.
I got my green suit on.
Let's take our time today.
I didn't get dressed for 10 minutes.
We might go a few minutes over the hour.
If y'all get dressed for 10
minutes, I ain't getting dressed for 10. What you talking about, right? So let's talk about love, right? I think so many people... I think it's innate in us that we're seeking love. I think God is love. So I think there's a part of us, God has given us this innate desire to ultimately seek Him. I think is the ultimate love I think we find. And it's funny you said when you kind of leaned into God, God leaned into you. And I think what happens is God is always leaning toward us, like a parent is always ready. And when we lean in, we feel the warmth of the bosom. We feel the warmth of God, like, well, I was always here waiting for you. I just wasn't rude and going to supersede your free will. So when you leaned in, you felt my love that was always there for you. The prodigal son could always come home. Nothing was new to the father. The father was like, I've been waiting for you. Like, I've always hoped you'd come out of eating from the pig's trough and come on home and have a feast. And so God is waiting on us. When we look for love in people, though, we're often disappointed. People get disappointed in churches because pastors are people and they mess up. People get disappointed in jobs. People get disappointed in relationships. People get disappointed in marriage. And they're like, I was seeking a love and I thought it would feel safe and I thought it would be there for me all the time in a consistent way. And they just don't know. There's a lot of people who are giving up on love. What do you say to those people about, one, not giving up on the love of God, and then not giving up on the hope that someone in this physical realm could love them.
I love that you said not giving up on the love of God, because I think that's where it starts. No, I know that's where it starts. So it's tough, I think, especially for women, because we want that tangible love. We want to cuddle, we want to snuggle, we want to feel it. And when people say, well, make God your husband, make Christ your husband, it's like, okay, I know. Right. But it sounds cliche, but it's so true. I really spent time with God. And even prior to that time that I was single, when I told you I was celibate with my youngest at that time, that was 4 years of me just spending time with God. And I was totally okay with that. I was fine.
A lot of people struggle with that. Again,
they do.
Because we do. I think we desire physical, tangible.
Yeah. And I'm not saying during that time I didn't desire.
That's a good point. Okay, that's fair.
I just knew what was important. And I was very young. I was like 23, 24. It was during that time. I just knew what was important. I had already been kicking it. I had already been doing stuff. And that wasn't a value for me. Yeah. And so then when I had 3 kids, I just knew I wasn't looking for a husband. And I think sometimes we have to take the pressure off.
Did you think maybe a husband wasn't going to be looking for you?
And I how long you got today? Listen,
I gotta be at the palace at 10 o'clock.
Say this.
That's when I gotta be down there.
Oh, we got time.
We got time today.
I will say this: during that time of COVID, there was a lot of people out here on social media and influencers, and one of the main things that I kept hearing is like, these women walk around here, they got babies and all that, and then they want a man that got 6 figures. That's never going to happen. This isn't going to happen. No man's going to want you when you got baggage, you got this. I always tell women, don't ever claim your children as baggage. Not one of my children is baggage. Wow. Not one. My older son, it motivated me to go to school. My youngest son motivated me to get my master's, and my daughter motivated me to leave a relationship and step out and start my own business. Wow. Like, so my kids are motivation. And so I encourage women to use their children, look at their children as motivation to be better, and don't look at it as baggage. And if a man does not want you because of your kids, he doesn't want you.
Come on. That's a part of you.
Like, listen, my kids make me better all the time. My oldest son, I talk to him every day. Thank God.
Yes.
So I just sent him a message this morning about something. And he was like, no, Mom, that's not what you need to do. Because I was asking about apps and different things. Listen, your kids feed into you. They pour into you.
Yeah.
I left the house. My younger son, Mom, you look nice. Those types of things. Yeah. If you have your kids pouring into you, then why are you wasting time with a man that's not pouring into you? And so our kids make us who we are. And that's a part of who we are. And for someone to say that a man doesn't want a woman with 3 kids, I beg to differ.
Hey.
Okay.
Show up the ring. Show up what we talking about. Okay, hand is heavy out here.
But my goal wasn't to find a man.
Yeah.
That wasn't my goal. And I try to encourage women to think that way. Don't be so focused on the relationship part of it. Oh, I need to be married. I let that go. Like, I let that go. Like, okay, look, the next person that I'm with, yes, I'm too old to be out here having a boyfriend.
Yeah,
now, I'm not introducing you talking about, yes, my boyfriend, I'm 40. We're not doing that. And it's okay for a moment.
Sure. And some people, they have to have that phase, but you're not doing it.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that for a long time because I'm mature enough to know that you either want me or you don't.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was at. I was in the aspect of like, look, I want to date. I want to have a good time. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
And I took the pressure off. I enjoyed my ministry. I enjoyed working out. I enjoyed selling my waist trainers. I enjoyed going out on dates. I enjoyed talking. I enjoyed doing things that I had never really experienced doing in a very healthy way. And so when I did that and took that pressure off, even when I met my husband, it wasn't like the first date we're like, so are you thinking about marriage? Like, the pressure was off.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about, I was talking to somebody, he was talking to somebody. I even named his stocking. Remember I told you
me
that?
about that.
His rice stocking.
So what was the deal? The stocking came from the ex-girlfriend or something, right? It's the
Yeah,
heat that everybody
listen,
uses now.
Listen, the ex-girlfriend made him a stocking.
Okay. With some kind of heat and
with rice in it.
Okay, yeah.
And he puts it in the microwave and he heats it up and uses it. To this day, it's so casual. I'm gonna give her a name. We're gonna name her Pam.
Okay, Pam.
I'll be like, can you hand me Pam's stocking? I got a headache.
Give me Pam. We all appreciate Pam.
We started off laughing about it, but we don't even laugh about it anymore.
Right?
Like it's just casual.
You see why I gotta worship in here?
You gotta worship.
You gotta worship to keep the lights on at the Stark County Minority Business Association.
There you go.
Innovation Hub. They gonna come fix it for me. Won't they? Won't he do it? Won't they do it? I hope they do. Yes. So absolutely hilarious that you guys can name that and have that relationship and have that fun. The people out there who wonder, people often say after marriage, there's no sex, there's no fun, there's no nothing. So they stay in them streets because they're like, when you get married, what I've heard is this. What do you say to people out there about having a fruitful relationship? And I know I see you guys at Bonefish. I know y'all be there. I know y'all got some regular things that you do. But like, how do you keep it fun and alive and, something to want to stay into?
Well,
she does this stuff in ministry too, y'all. Join her Bible study.
Yeah, join the Bible study. Come join us. Like we have these conversations.
That's why I love this because
I appreciate that.
And I be tuning in. I be busy and stuff, but I be tuning into your stuff. Sometimes I be tuning in to fuss at you about your camera angles and stuff.
I fixed it.
I saw you. I know you did. I want you to win and all of it, right? You come here if you have to. So but what I love about you in ministry is that I think ministry has become so out there in the stars. Even the pastor and preachers don't be knowing half the stuff they talking about. They learned it from their pastor who didn't know what he was talking about or she was talking about. And now they're espousing intricate pieces of the word of God because God said this, that, and the other. And people like, but I am struggling with temptation.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to sit here and not tell you about it. But I'm struggling with this, but I'm struggling with that. And there's no outlet for it because everything is so high and theoretical. Yeah. And you make the word of God so practical. You're using it as a reference to talk about life, which I think is what God meant. He was like, and this is a way for you to see me, but then you got to bring it out and talk about what this looks like today.
Yeah.
And I think you do a phenomenal job of that. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about that. Relationships, God, intimacy. Like, how do we
I guess that's why I'm so honest about my situation, because it's not about me or even being worried about offending someone else. It's really about life, because we all go through life and God knows that we're here in this life. Mm-hmm. And he's so right next to us. He's not unreachable. Like he's right here with us. He's next to us. He's having these he's there the entire time.
I got to put myself on camera because I'm over here rolling my eyes and having a whole moment.
Keeping the lights on.
Keeping the lights on. Keep the lights on. Boy, let me keep the lights on for you. Real quick. You said God is so here. One thought I had just yesterday was God said to me, he said, be careful about saying, our Father who art in heaven. He said, because you're forgetting that I am with you.
Yeah.
If you look at me as my Father who are in Cleveland or my Father who are in somewhere else, for people my father was in prison when I was younger, that distance kept us from having a closer relationship.
Right.
So the thought of God, not that God is not in heaven, but God is omnipresent, which means he is also my God who is right in front of me, inside of me, all around me. My God who is always with me. Hallowed be thy name. Honored be your name. Thank you for being with me. I think we need to bring it back and not forget, like, he is experiencing the experience with us because he loves us and he's with us, and he's not just in heaven. He is in heaven, but he's not just in heaven. He's with us. Sorry, I just had to say that.
No, I mean, I think that's a great way to put it. It's a wonderful perspective, especially for people who, right now we started off talking about Greater Bethel and we laugh and things like that. However, those were wonderful experiences for us. To be raised in a church. And that doesn't mean the church is perfect and that everything that happens in the church is wonderful and perfect and that there's no gossip and all that. Yeah, church is just like any other place, right? Yeah. However, the things that I gained from that, to build up my faith and that I can pour into my children, we don't have that now. Church doesn't look the same way now as it did when we were kids. And so a lot of people feel that God is this being that's so far away. But God is in us. He's with us. He's walking with you. He's on the journey. You might not feel him sometimes because you're not reaching out to him, but he's there.
Yes.
And one thing that my dad has always told me is just to be honest with God, like about who you are. So, yeah, Lord, I have a drug problem and I can't stop, or I feel like I can't stop. I don't know why I can't stop. Can you help me? It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to fix it right then and there,
Right.
but you're calling on him. Okay, so then you got to get specific. Send me the resources, send me the people, move people out of my life that don't need to be here. Those were prayers for me in relationships, even in I've shared with you, I've had a past where I was heavy in the street and just living wild. And I remember having to pray a prayer of removing people from my life, because sometimes we're not strong enough to remove people. And so we have to be specific about it. That doesn't mean you stop using the drug right then. Doesn't mean you stop drinking the alcohol right then. It doesn't mean you're going to stop sleeping with this guy or several guys or whatever it is that you're doing that you feel is keeping you from God.
Right.
But you're being honest with him in a way that is moving you in a direction where things could change.
Yes.
Right. And so I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, I can have a relationship with God and just keep on doing drugs. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
What I'm saying is he understands, and take the pressure off of yourself, but hold yourself accountable.
Right.
And be willing to make changes, but trust God in the process that he's going to connect you to the resources that you need, because your faith without your works is dead.
Meaning your belief that God can do a thing without you doing the things God's telling you to do to change is a dead on arrival situation, because God is like, yeah, I take one step, he takes two. But most people are like, I take no steps, he needs to take three.
Yeah.
And God is like, that wouldn't even help you. Like, that's not even good for you. I'm coddling you. I'm enabling you. I'm not that kind of God, because I love you too much. And I think one thing that people don't realize is God is not a God. We are dependent on God because that's the human condition, because in a physical body with so many things, we need to go to a spirit level. And so God is our source of all that.
Right.
But God is not a parent who wants his children to be forever dependent in a way where you can't make a decision because you don't know what your dad told you when you was little. We make decisions right now. You reference your parents, I reference mine, where I'm thinking about stuff and I'm thinking, my dad would have a fit. My mom would have a fit. I know better. I was raised better. I have what my mom called home training. I was trained on how to handle myself outside of having to seek his voice and face, because I've already sought it and now he is in me. And now I hear those words and I hear God saying, get out of this situation. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it may not be an audible, truly him talking in the present moment, but he already told me don't do that. So I hear him and I know him. And I think a lot of us look at God like he wants us to be these forever dependents who are struggling, and he's so narcissistic. He just needs us to worship him. And I'm like, worship is so you remember who he is, not so he remembers who he is.
It's therapeutic.
It's good for you.
In scripture, it says, draw near to God and he'll draw near to you.
Yes.
And so that's what I mean with that. If you're honest with him about the sin, right? Or whatever place you're in, maybe it's just whatever the place is that you're in, continue to draw near to him, because one of the things that the enemy wants, the thing that he wants is for you to feel so shameful that you don't go to God.
You're right.
You know,
that's
so
such
it's
a good trick.
It's
how the abuser sets the person up when they're grooming them.
Yeah.
You're too ashamed to go tell your parents because you've been doing this stuff too. You like it when I touch. You like some of that.
Right. Yeah. And so that's a great point.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to Adam in the garden.
Yeah.
God was there. He's watching it.
Yeah.
He's saying, what you doing? Where you at?
Right.
That's what he's doing with all of us.
Yes.
Adam is the one that responded, right? He was drawing back near to him. He knows who his father is. If he didn't ever answer, what would have happened?
Right.
And so I think that we have to look at God in that aspect. He is our father. Whatever a father is to you in your life, whether it's your grandfather, whether you have a male mentor, whatever it was, whatever a man is in your life that was a positive figure, are they going to reject you for the wrong thing?
Wow.
If you come to them and just say like, hey, and just say like, listen, I'm really struggling with this, you know, God knows. He already knows before we do it anyway.
Right.
So, and you're still here.
And he loves you.
And it's purposeful.
I love that. Shout out to everybody in the comments. We thank you guys for your comments. Anita, Rob Johnson, what's going on, my man? Gerald Jones, thank you so much. Art Gloria, Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the comments. You guys keep throwing your comments in there if you have any questions or any thoughts. Lilly, let's shift a little bit. And
we started preaching up in here.
We got into the word. That's what she does. Wait, real quick, while people are watching and they into that word, talk to them a little bit about your Bible study and how people can kind of access that.
Yeah. So right now we have Bible study on Thursdays at 6:00. You can come to the Childcare Center. Listen, one of the things that I really love is like face to face.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old school in that aspect. It's like
you do the virtual thing to give people access, but it's not your. But you'd love for people to be there.
Oh, I love for people to be there, and I love having down to earth conversations. I love talking about relationship. Most of the things that women talk about in the Bible study are relationships. It's amazing how important, relationships are to women.
Yeah.
It's something, it's something.
You're saying single, dating, married, all the range,
like
all trying to figure this out.
Just all the way. It's just like, it's always something with relationships. Right. But they're able to access it on Thursdays at 6:00. You can just hop on Facebook. It's just on my personal page, Lilly Price. I'm working on my YouTube. What I've done, like right now, we're doing a series of Esther. And so even though I do it live on Thursdays, what I'm doing is just like recapping it and then posting it on my YouTube. So if you're not able to hop on, or if it's too quick for you and you just want to really just kind of take notes and things like that, you can hop on a YouTube page. It's Lilly Price. I don't have my YouTube information.
Okay, it's Lilly Price. We can
just look up Lilly Price. Imagine me.
Reverend Price.
Lilly Price.
You watch Reverend Price back in the day. Reverend. Dr. Reverend Price used to be on back.
I always encourage, if there are families watching right now, because we posted this on the Lily's Pad Childcare Center Facebook page. Yeah. If there are families listening, you can always come to me for prayer. Resources, information, everything is confidential. I don't share that information. I come from a history of mental health. And so it's really important that things are confidential. And so when we look at ministry, it's the same way for me. If people come to the Bible study, if they even ask me a question through Facebook Messenger and all of that, I don't share that information because I know how important it is. Yeah. Listen, I've seen people we was in class with sitting in mental health agencies, and I've never shared that information. Yeah. Right. Because you don't know the struggles that people are going through.
Right. I love that. I love that. Some more comments here. Miss Cliffy, hello.
Cliffy.
Miss Cliffy is somebody who knows the Lord.
Yes, she does.
It's funny because when you meet people like her, they don't have to say, I know God, I'm close to God.
You feel it.
You feel it. And
you see how I said it? You feel it.
You feel it. You just feel it. You're like, oh, that's love. Oh, that's God. Yeah. Oh, that's pure. Oh, that's genuine. Oh, they don't want anything from me. Oh, wait, they're just pouring into me. Oh, wait, it's just like, this is odd. It's almost odd in the world today to feel that. And she's truly, truly like that. Carlton Williams, what's up? He says, Lilly is right on point. We make God this mystical being when salvation is not as deep as we try to make it. So simple, a child can do it. Excellent.
I love that. We were just talking about children and how like Christ is like, let these little children come to me. You have to be like them. And there's so many different scriptures about being childlike. They have so much faith.
Yes.
And they're so open. They'll be like, yeah, I love Santa Claus. They'll say it in front of a million people.
You got that right.
And we'll sit there and be scared to tell somebody that we're saved and we love the Lord.
Yes.
But kids are just so like
open. They're not fearful of it.
No, not at all.
It reminds me of what Brian said. Shout out to Brian Flowers, your guy Beaker, your guy. That's just when
I call him Beak.
You call him Beak?
My daughter calls him Uncle Beaker.
Uncle Beak. That is the cutest thing. Uncle Beaker. Brian Flowers was on the show the other day, owner of Legacy Dumpsters and Canton Junk Cards. You guys make sure you go back and check out that episode if you haven't seen it. And he said some profound things. He talked about being a minority-owned business.
Whew, I saw that.
Wasn't that good?
I had so many thoughts about that.
What were your thoughts?
Well, first of all, shout out to him for being honest.
I know.
Because, like, how many people are not honest about that? Right?
All self-conscious. He was just the first to admit it. That's how I felt when he was saying it. I was like, been there.
I know. And so with my lighter skin, I
fair complexion.
Yeah, I've gotten jobs because.
You've said that.
Yeah, I've gotten jobs because
they thought you were.
I don't feel like they necessarily thought. I feel like
you were at least safer.
Well, in certain jobs that were government, it was probably the right thing to do to have an African American there.
Okay.
And so I'm a nice looking candidate for that. And I'm okay saying that. I feel confident in saying that.
Yep.
And so as I got older, I learned how to use it to my advantage. And so I was just praying about this last night. I thank the Lord for just allowing me to hear him during those times, because there was times where I was hired into a place and I would just be so meek, because I am genuinely like a meek person and I like to learn. So I would go in and I would learn. But when it was time, after that 90-day probation.
After that probation was over, y'all gonna feel me. Y'all gonna know who I really am.
In all actuality, when it was time.
Yes.
And I built up the relationships that I need to build up. And it was time to advocate for programs for low socioeconomic families, for minority families and things like that.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
And so I would get feedback like, where does, I mean, it would be like, where is this coming from? Where is it? It's just like, this is who I am.
Right. You see, because it would be like, you seem to have a knowing of their circumstance. You have a passion for it. And you got that strength from inside. They was like, we didn't know
like, we didn't think
this.
she was like this. We didn't think she was this way.
Right.
And so when I saw Beaker, Brian, when I saw Brian talking about that, I thought, I know that feeling, even with the childcare center.
Yeah.
I remember someone telling me a long time ago, don't put your name on it because they're not going to support you in Canton. If you open up something, don't put your name on it. My childcare center is called Lilly's Pad Childcare Center.
And it is well supported.
And I will say this, one, shout out to Stark County and my people, because, and when I say my people, I mean my people that I grew up with, people I went to school with, and just my community in supporting me, because I had people, everything that person told me was not going to happen. Don't put your name on it because they're going to be talking about you. No. People were like, Lilly, I want my kid at your child care center because I went to school with you, and
Yep. They supported it.
White, black, orange, purple, green, it didn't matter, you know? And I was like, wow, that was terrible advice that they gave me.
Right. You're like, I'd have been struggling if I listened to these.
Right. But being a minority business and working in childcare, I mean, if I was to say I wasn't nervous, absolutely.
Right.
But this is what I mean about God being perfect in everything he does. When I worked in the community, I worked with all types of different kinds of people from whatever social economic background.
Right.
Mental health does not have a color or a financial barrier.
Right.
I went to Jackson and I was down at Jackson Township to Jackson Sherrick. Listen,
Jackson Pool.
I'm telling you, right. Listen, I was at the country club to Glenmore to Jackson Pool. Right? But what I'm saying in that, I learned how to talk and communicate with all families. And help meet the needs of all families. And so when we look at Lilly's Pad Child Care Center, we meet all families. We have so many different kinds of families, and God just brought everything full circle. Everything is full circle. But being a minority in the beginning, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be okay. I'm kind of in Canton South. I was getting families from Tuscarawas County, you know, and so they didn't care.
License for these people, right? Okay, they pay still. Like
sometimes I think we care more than we think than other people.
They're not thinking.
Yeah, they're not thinking the way that we're thinking.
Carlton made a point about that he's gotten jobs even though he was black. He said he was black as a shoe. He said he met the dark skin quota. He said, but sometimes we're overthinking it, right?
Yeah.
We are sometimes projecting it, which I think is uncomfortable for people who aren't judging based on race. Because now they feel like, you think I'm not, I'm just making a decision. And I think we live in a tough world. I think, unfortunately, our country is going backwards. So then there are people who are making a lot of decisions. Black women, for instance, are being displaced and replaced in jobs at a higher rate than ever before. Black men and women, but women faster because they're the minority in the minority. And it's tough and it's sad and it's scary at times. But we also, to speak to the entrepreneurial part of you, talk to us a little bit about people who are thinking about, and Brian and I talked about this as well, taking the risk to start a business. Because you could be displaced and replaced, but if you build your own thing, you can make your own space. So talk to us about what you think about that.
The first thing that comes to mind is don't live with the regret. You know, I always wanted to do this, or I always wanted to do that. We were talking about Esther right now in the Bible study, and in chapter 2, we were talking about hiding the identity of who she is. And sometimes we feel that way. Like we have a skill, we have something that we can do, but we're not able to do it. And we're not able to show it. It's almost like if we're working in a job, we almost have to kind of hide it because we don't want the person in leadership. What's the 48 laws of power? It's like you don't want to overstep the boundaries, right? So you're kind of hiding the skill set that you have, or you're hiding it because you're fearful, right? So I don't know if people are going to buy it. I don't know if people are going to like the product that I make. But then you're never going to have the experience, and you're never going to know.
Yeah.
When I quit my job and opened up a childcare center, during the process of opening it up, there were times where it was like, I need to get back to work because this was costing a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And so I had 2 job offers at the same time, 2 months before we opened. Now, mind you, I'm working. This took us 9 months to open up this childcare center, and and money was getting scarce.
Yeah.
And I got these 2 job offers, and I remember the Lord saying to me, once I had them, they were both there in my email. You can get a job anytime. You have the education. You're smart enough. Like, you're gonna get a job. Or are you going to trust me, or are you going to go get the job?
Wow.
Are you going to trust me, or are you going to do something that you've always done? Like, you've always had a job.
Yeah, that's not the hard part.
Yeah. Because, like, when I quit my job, I remember my older son being like, Mama, are you sure?
Right. He's like,
because they had gone through all this transition, changing. We have a new house. They have a stepdad now. They're like, who's this guy?
Right.
And all of these different changes. The only thing that they knew was that Mom is going to work. She's always got a job. Like, so when I quit my job, it was like, he was like, Mom, are you? But the Lord showed me, you can get a job anytime. So I'm encouraging the person that's listening right now, whatever you're doing, you can do that. You already know you can do that.
Right.
If you quit it, you can go back to it.
Right.
Because it's accessible. Like, it's something that you've already done. You can do it. But stepping out on faith and having the experience of really trusting God and connecting with him, opening up the childcare center was a new faith journey for me. And I'll tell you, my husband had all the faith because I didn't have none of it.
You had none of it.
I was like, babe. He was like, no, this is what we doing. I believe. And it was up to me.
Wow.
And he believed in me.
Wow.
He believed in God. You see what I'm saying? But he believed that we could do this.
Yes.
Like, God is going to look out. He's going to do it. I mean, there was times where I was in tears, and he was like, no, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. His faith is unmatched.
I love that.
Yeah, his faith is unmatched. But yeah, for those of you that are listening and you're scared to take a risk, you're already living in what you're afraid of.
Wow.
Because you don't have it. So you're already living in what you're afraid of right now. So whatever it is that you're afraid of doing, whatever it is you're afraid of opening, whatever business you're afraid of stepping out and do, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is that's got your creative wheels going.
Yeah.
You're living in the fear. Your fear is got you trapped.
Wow.
You're not experiencing it because you're fearful anyway. So
I love that. I'm testing something, as you can see here.
He always tests stuff with me.
I do, because I trust that you can flow. You can flow. You can flow. You can keep the people going. You do this professionally.
Can I say something? I say that with women in relationships too. This just came to me. And the Lord showed me that a long time ago. I was fearful of leaving a relationship because I thought I didn't know what I was going to do without that relationship. And I thought that I was going to be like miserable. I wouldn't have I didn't know what I was going to do financially. I was already there. It's not like I had a whole bunch of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, I was already struggling financially. I was already with someone who didn't really want to be with me. You're like forcing this situation. You're already unhappy. You're living in what you're fearful of. You're already in the space.
That is so good.
of what you're fearful of.
That is so good.
So why not just step out on the boat?
Why not just try it?
Yeah.
Just go for it. What would be the difference?
Right.
Like, it can't get any worse.
Because if you step out on the boat and you go into the water, you can get back on the boat.
Right.
That boat gonna be there.
Right.
But what happens if you step out and then you walk on top of it?
Wow.
That's different.
Yes. Yes.
But you're not gonna know because
you never try it.
Because you never try it. Because the boat's not leaving.
I love it, love it, love it. Lilly, I didn't plan on going 30 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. I said we might go a few minutes over. I didn't plan on going over at all. But I truly enjoyed talking to you, and we probably would have continued this conversation after the show anyway. So I thought, why not stay on here and help some people out? Because, it was like, might as well. I thank you guys who were able to watch here live or by replay. We greatly appreciate it. There was a comment someone said, thank you. Sierra Lucius, thank you so much for being here. She says, thank you for confirmation, my Lilly Price.
You're welcome.
Love you.
I love Sierra. She's always stepping out. She's always trying to do new things. And that's what I love about her. And I'm encouraging other people to do. Just step out. Like, she just opened up. I think she's I always help me, because I'm
a pretty good with words. That's a tough one.
Yes, and she just support her. This is something that she's been wanting to do. But
congratulations.
Step out there. Step out. Do it.
Right. I love that. My Gloria said Lilly is amazing. I still want to be
much.
there.
Yes.
She works for Phoenix Rise, or she's on the board there, and she's always been. She has worked in mental health for many, many years, and has always been so impressed with you. So yeah, I'm going. We'll make that introduction. Let's go to dinner.
We did, and then something happened.
Oh, it was a plan, and we'll. Okay.
So yeah, we can go to dinner.
We'll work it out. Gloria's good. She'll take us. Can you take us to dinner? She'll take us all to dinner. She'll take us all. My Aunt Gloria is the person who. Anyway, she's such a giver. It's incredible. Like she on Easter Sunday, she made sure that everybody in the family. It wasn't even if you weren't getting together. She made sure everybody was taken care of. So do you have somewhere to go? And if you don't, do you have
awesome.
the money to get something good to eat? And in some way, she does these things without, you have to connect the dots. You have to talk to each other to even realize, wait, she made sure we had food. And wait, she made sure and then she made sure we was able to bring food together. She gave some money over here, money over there, food over here, food over there. She is just,
isn't it amazing to have people like that? Because I'm not like that.
You're not feeding the world, huh? Come feed the world.
I'm just trying to get through the macaroni and cheese that day. Like, we gotta make the macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. I'm just trying to get to it. Lilly, thank you so much again for being a guest here on Lucas Live Season 6. I'd love for you to come back.
Absolutely.
This is fun and easy. And we're gonna. Yes. All right. Wonderful. She'll be back, and you guys check her out on her YouTube channel at Lilly Price. You follow her on Facebook at Lilly Price. Sincerely, I see a My Sister's Oil logo. I
love My Sister's Oil. They have such a unique. They're a ministry. Yes. I know.
Oh, they are.
They
pouring that oil.
They think of things that other folks don't think of.
Yes, absolutely.
For folks. So
I love that. Gloria cry. That's tough. She don't cry often, so I love her. I appreciate that. She appreciates it. But yeah, shout out to My Sister's Oil. They have a walk coming up. I need to get that information. I'm going to be launching my new website soon. I can't wait to show everybody and tell everybody about it. And we're going to have these community resources and information. So when something's going on, like My Sister's Oil walk and what's going on down the street here, there, and everywhere, you guys will know it is First Friday. Come on out, come on downtown, support these local restaurants, local businesses. Come here to music, come here to fun. It's raining right now. If it's still raining later, bring an umbrella. Come on down, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching the show, Lilly. Again, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. We got a new show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We got some great stuff. We got some health. We got a doctor coming. We got fitness coming. We got a high school student coming to make a special announcement. We got somebody from Centennial Plaza sharing with us the things that are coming. Brownstone's coming, and many other acts are coming to Centennial Plaza. We got a lot coming to you next week. Make sure you like and follow me, friend me, something at Lucas Tyndale. Follow us at Lucas Live Media. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And check us out at lucaslivemedia.com. Y'all get that special announcement. More to come there. I'll see you guys next time. Everybody have a great day.